What's up, brothers and sisters? Back from vacation with another Black Brilliant production. I want to focus on the racist trope of watermelons and black folks. Where did it come from? Didn't white people eat it too? And why was it negative? Let's get it.
This is about the history behind the stereotype of black people and watermelons. Many of us hated this correlation because of the racism attached to it. But what if this was really a positive for black folks? Let's take a ride down history lane. Before the Jim Crow era, watermelons were enjoyed by all, and there was no, and when I say no, I mean zero negative connotations toward watermelons whatsoever. In fact, following the emancipation, many southern black people grew and sold watermelons, and it became a symbol of their freedom until the Jim Crow era. Quick lesson on Jim Crow for those who don't know. This struggling actor, one Thomas Dartmouth Rice, became famous by performing in blackface as Jim Crow. This character was a highly exaggerated, stereotypical black person. By 1838, the term Jim Crow took root and was being used as a racist slur for black people. Just to get a gauge as to its impact, Jim Crow was not quite as offensive as the N-word, but it was on par for other racist terms toward black people. By the end of the 19th century, Jim Crow was being used to describe laws and customs that were specifically designed to oppress black people. Now that you know a little bit about Jim Crow, let's get back to the previously scheduled program. Watermelon started to provide a good living for black folks, so white people had to intervene to stop this unwanted progression. Therefore, many southern white people grew jealous of this black self-sufficiency that they decided to turn watermelon into a symbol of poverty. They started a campaign to symbolize anyone who would partake in associating themselves with this delicious fruit was somehow unclean, lazy, and childlike. To go even further, they decided to shame black watermelon merchants with popular ads, including postcards picturing black people stealing, fighting, and sitting in the streets eating watermelons. They even made eating watermelon hand to mouth without utensils uncouth and branded this act as a public nuisance.
So, my brothers and sisters, once again, white fragility has attempted to destroy black progression.
Not unlike Black Wall Street and many other examples of when black folks began to shine, fragile white folks must demonize to destroy our destined rise. Our ancestors worked hard to build a life and thrive via the commercialization of this wondrous fruit, watermelon, and there was no shame in it. It was never uncouth. The shame fully lies on the fragile white community for being too weak to watch black folks shine bright like the brilliant diamonds we always were and continue to be.
I was going to eat watermelon, but watermelon right now is out of season, so I got watermelon shoes. So here's to all the black brilliant ancestors who sold watermelons to provide for them and their families despite the racism, and to all of you making the world a better place for black brilliant people. Cheers and stay brilliant.